All right, good morning. This is Peter Leinweber of DeepDishFootball.com and Deep Dish Football USA. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is CoachBigPeteFP@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask him. CoachBigPeteFP@gmail.com. Also visit DeepDishFootball.com. We get to know a conference preview, and we go into the Illini Prairie Conference. The Illini Prairie Conference for 2019. Again, conference previews, conference predictions, they can change whenever. What is up is down, and what is down is up. We live in high school football parity. High school football is nothing but parity. Anything can happen. One injury can make a team take them completely out. Drama, on field and off the field, can do the same thing. So, again, that's why I love this game. There's a lot of parity in it, as always. So let's get into the Illini Prairie Conference. And this was a fan request to do the Illini Prairie Conference. So, for me, I have three favorite teams, top dog teams: Pontiac, IVC, and I forgot the other one. That's gonna kill me. Pontiac, IVC, and Monticello. Sorry about that, Monticello. Again, Monticello graduates the key players on their offense, but again, they've got a bunch of players returning and a couple of key positions that are coming back for their junior and especially their senior season. They look actually pretty good. IVC looks great. The Ghosts have a great team coming back. Like I said, this could be a big year for IVC. I have them as my huge surprise team in the entire state of Illinois. I have 10 teams, and this is one of my teams. Also, Pontiac, I really like their lines that are returning. Stephen Lewis, he's definitely a playmaker. Linebacker Peyton Kramer, also long snapper as well. He's a hell of a player too. So, let's get into a few things as usual. My two challengers, I have St. Joseph, Ogden. They're always going to be a challenger. I think this year they have a great roster. I saw them at the Central 7-on-7. Very impressed with their wide receivers. Very solid passing attack. So good job by on that St. Joseph offense. Second, St. Thomas More. Now, top quarterback goes to Idaho, but I like that kid Parker Jackson. Good body, and they've got a great edge rusher as well for St. Thomas More. So I think St. Thomas More is in that challenger mode. Questions for me: Prairie Central. They graduated some key players. It's going to be very interesting. They got a couple key wide receivers that are back, but there's a couple questions, especially at quarterback for me personally. Tolono Unity is my surprise team. I like their passing attack this year. I think Tolono Unity is going to surprise some teams. Olympia, they're going to have a better year than last year. That's a definite. I think, could they get to 4 or 5 wins? It's going to be a little bit tough. But if say something happens, there's a good shot. Bloomington Central Catholic, new hire. I think it's going to take a couple of years, but definitely a team to watch out in the future as well. Rantoul, it's going to be a little bit of a tough year, but I love their offensive line that they have. Two massive offensive linemen. And again, how far their passing attack goes is going to be very interesting for Rantoul. Talked about Prairie Central, talked about IVC, talked about Pontiac. Pontiac actually, just to go to a little bit more, very impressed with their size. Was overall impressed with their size at the 7-on-7 in Central, and the players that they have. A little bit thing that scares me with Pontiac is, again, the passing attack for Pontiac. That's going to be a little bit of a question mark for this season. I said IVC. IVC again. The Ghost, I really, really like the idea of them being talked about more and more, especially when we get to the 4th and 5th week, because I think they can do some damage in the playoffs. besides IVC and besides the other school, Pontiac that I talked about, another school again, another school that really sort of has my eye in it being is Monticello. Monticello can go far in the playoffs, as they always have. It'd be very interesting. Would I be surprised if we talk about, and I should say semifinals, if we talked about a team from the Illini Prairie Conference? No, wouldn't be surprised by it. So, it should be a very interesting conference. I feel Bloomington Central Catholic hiring one of their own as the new head coach, I thought was a great move for Bloomington Central Catholic. And again, just a thing to look towards the future for Bloomington Central Catholic. So that is about it. If you like my work, feel free to follow Coach Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachpete@fp@gmail.com. Feel free to leave a tip via PayPal. I'll have the link on the bottom as well. For the Illini Prairie Conference, I'd love to get to the game, down for a game for Deep Dish Football Game of the Week. Definitely looking forwards, especially Week 9, the big rivalry game with Monticello. So it should be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season for the Illini Prairie Conference. This was a tough one, and the one that's the fan that suggested it is a tough one. But IVC, Pontiac, and Monticello are my three top dogs. 2 challengers: St. Joseph, Ogden, and St. Thomas More. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.